Hello again, and welcome back to another Random Fact Monday with Dave and Wemi and Moments of Love. And today is Monday, but yesterday was Sunday. What was yesterday?
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. I guess it's actually today since we're recording on Sunday, but that's okay. So
when you guys see this, Mother's Day would have been yesterday.
Right, but since it's Mother's Day, we thought we'd do a few random facts about Mother's Day and share, our findings about all the mothers out there and just some cool things. So first of all, and this is actually our first fact, did you call your mother? Did you wish her a happy Mother's Day? I hope you did. And if you did, you're part of, if you live in the States, you're part of one of 122 million phone calls are made to moms on Mother's Day. And I think that's...
Wait, how do they know they're made to moms?
Because, I don't know, it's probably a study and, extrapolated or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's not just...
Well, they're just taking all the phone calls made because, not all of them are to moms.
There's probably a lot more phone calls made than that. But if you think about it, it's there's 330 million Americans.
Okay.
So half of those should be female. And, right?
Should it?
Approximately.
Well, I don't know if it's a 50% population. Maybe there's 30% women. There's countries like that.
Not to that degree. And the States is not 70-30. It's about 50-50.
He's getting on my case. Go on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Go on.
Anyway, so if they're 50-50, then we got 165 million women. How many of those would be mothers? You gotta have some kids in there, right? Mm-hmm. So 122 million phone calls. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm. I feel like that's every mother. Darn close. Mm-hmm. So
because it's also it doesn't have to be biological mother. There are aunts, there are grandmothers who get calls from. Wait, does it say it has to be moms?
There are 122 million phone calls made to moms, is what it says.
Okay, so what if it's people that because if I have 3 women in my life that I consider a mother to me, and then if they ask me this question, did you call? And they're like, yes, I called all 3 of them. What is this?
Guys, I don't understand. Go on.
Look at you. Go on with your facts.
No, I'm curious.
Go on with your facts.
So you called all 3. Uh-huh.
So then that adds to the 127 million or whatever.
122.
Yeah.
It adds to it, of course, because that was a phone call made to a mom. Are you asking whether it adds 1 or adds 3?
It adds 3.
Yeah, I think it should add 3 because it's talking about mothers receiving phone calls.
Okay. Just go on.
It's more though if you think about it, it's actually it's easier for all mothers to get calls because, you made a case where you have 3 mothers, but in a typical case, a mother, you only have 1 mother, but as a mother you could have many children, right? So as long as one of your kids calls, you're getting the check mark kind of thing. So good for everybody calling their moms. Yep. And if you didn't, call her today and just say, hey, happy Mother's Day.
Yep.
Belated.
And pretend you're somewhere where Mother's Day's not over yet.
Right.
And you can try to use the time zone excuse.
Sorry, I was in Australia.
Yeah, well, they're ahead of us.
Oh, well then you're pretty much hosed. Yeah, if they're
in
ahead
Vancouver. But by then it's on the next day.
Right.
Yeah. So yeah, you're out of luck.
Are you okay today?
You're out of luck. I am okay.
I don't know, guys.
You're out of luck.
So another thing is, and this kind of makes sense, but I don't know, interesting little fact is that in the vast majority of languages, the word for mother starts with the letter M, which is cool. I don't actually know all that many languages. Actually, what is it in French? It's just mom?
Ma mère?
Oh yeah, mère.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Wait a minute. I was gonna say you're biased, but it's totally not.
No.
No.
What is it?
It's yeah. Which is an I.
Because you guys fall out, but you say, hey, ma.
Yeah, we do ma, but that's sir.
Isn't that sa?
Sure, I'm saying that's in reference. That's not in reference to a mother.
So it's in reference to a man?
No, I'm saying we do sir.
Uh-huh.
And we do ma.
Those
are just references to women and men.
Okay, well you said, we do ma, and you're like, yeah, but that's sir.
I was just trying to say
it's the female equivalent
it's the female
of sir.
equivalent of
I understand. Okay.
But for mother, it's yeah.
Well, there you go. What
So-
and no other word?
Like there's my mommy, but that's like, you know,
I don't know what that
people
is.
don't really
No.
use that as much. Like the real translation is iya.
But well, it says word for mother. Anyway.
So if you speak another language, what's your word for mother? We'd love to know.
Yeah, are you some outcast like Yoruba? Just saying. Sorry, babe.
How about just saying we keep it different?
Okay, that's kind of what outcast means, but sure.
It's not to be an outcast. We're just different.
Yeah, an outlier.
Next.
You go.
No, because mine's a big one, so continue.
Wait, okay, so go.
Are you done?
No, I get a little.
No, go with yours. Mine's a big one.
So I don't mind. Oh yeah, so this is cool. In Yugoslavia, or the former Yugoslavia, they had a Mother's Day tradition where the children would tie up their mother on Mother's Day. The only way she could get free would be to pay her children with treats. And isn't that awesome? I wish we could adopt that tradition. Don't you think that would be great? What do you think? You know, you're closer to being a mother than me, since I'll never be a mother. You at least have a chance. Well, actually, let me ask you this: how would your mother react?
Not very well.
I see. Well,
Yeah. I don't know.
are you okay?
It's the idea of tying someone up. It's just like, no.
Like, you don't have to tie him tight, I don't think.
Sure. But like your parents giving you candy, sure, that's cool.
It's not necessarily candy. I think it's cooked treats, potentially. Maybe, I don't know.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it sounds like homemade treats.
Yeah, whatever.
But it's just kind of funny. How does she make these treats when she's tied up?
She knows it's Mother's Day, so she has them.
She has to pre-make these treats?
Yeah.
How does she get them? You know, like...
She tells them where she hid it.
Oh, it's like a ransom kind of hostage situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool though. It's different.
It
That's
is.
for
It
that's
is.
for sure. But yeah, kind of funny. And then, so there. I just have two more. So the shortest span between two babies, and I always call these. Actually, these ones aren't even Dutch siblings. But it's shortest span between two babies being born. One is by mom Jane Bleakley. She gave birth to a son on September 3rd, 1999, and gave birth to a daughter only 208 days later, so on March 30th, 2000. So 208 days, that's 7 months. Less than 7 months. Is that what you're counting?
Yes.
Yeah, that's less than 7 months. That's
so the
crazy.
second kid was a preemie.
Definitely.
And she got pregnant like the day she got out of the hospital.
She got pregnant
Not necessarily. It could have
before
been like
she got
6.
out.
It could have been like a month later, but just had a really premature baby.
Could have, yeah. But either way, that's crazy.
That
like
is.
so soon, and it's like it is funny they fall in the same or different year, so that's cool. But
Yeah.
it's funny when kids are born this same year, but
It's like a January. and
January and
November or
December,
something,
yeah. Well, I call those Dutch twins, but I don't know if that's racist, but
Hope
anyway,
not.
it's kind of funny. And then
Well, I hope it's not racist, because then it's not funny.
sure, I
Yeah.
don't think it's actually racist. I think the only reason I say it is because I have Dutch friends who that happens with, and so we call them the Dutch twins. Anyway, and then the opposite, so longest span between two children is so Elizabeth Ann Buttle. She gives a whole new meaning to the second family because she gave birth to her first child on May 19th, 1956. And then when she was 60, she gave birth to her son on November 20th, 1997. Those babies were 41 years, 185 days apart. So that's like, you could potentially be like grandparents as a sibling. Like, isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
It's
funny, 'cause, like,
you could be older than your great uncle. Like, or
I'm thinking
great
because,
aunt
like, my dad, he was the youngest in his, like, crew.
Mm-hmm.
And he was significantly younger than the oldest. Like, he's closer in
41
age.
years?
I don't
Sure.
remember her age, so it's hard for me to. And
It's not gonna be 40
she's since passed away, so
Yeah.
it's much harder to try to think of the age difference. But like her kids, my dad's closer in age to her kids than to his sister.
Sure, and that's fair. But
Yeah.
this would be closer in age to her grandkids.
Yeah, and I'm trying to think, and they must have been like 20-something years apart.
Sure, 20. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
So add another 20.
Yeah.
Like
that's great. Yeah,
yeah.
that's crazy.
it's like, yeah, it's like, yeah, you being closer in age to, like, well, I don't know if I should be dropping names, but like Morin's kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. It's
Cool.
just wild. So, yeah. I don't know, just some cool
Yeah.
mother's facts and birth, I guess. But, yeah.
I suppose.
Also, flowers. Flowers are great. They did some studies saying it, given
And I'm the one that's off today?
yeah, I just didn't think this was actually that great. But giving a bouquet of flowers actually has some medical and psychological benefits. So give some flowers. Unless you're like me and think
I was going to say, says this man who's probably got me flowers 3 times since we've been together.
3 times more than I wanted to. So how about that?
I see.
Yeah.
I see.
Because giving flowers is silly.
Don't listen to him. Don't take Dave's advice. Anyways, my turn. So I have one simple Mother's Day fact.
Do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's actually not very simple. It's pretty long, which is why I saved mine for last.
I see.
So, here's something kind of cool that I bet you guys didn't know, is that Mother's Day has some dark roots. Like a lot of these holidays seem to.
Okay.
So
She
it
didn't
started...
share with me beforehand.
No. It started as a way for mourning women to honor their fallen soldiers.
Okay.
So that's how it started. They'd get together, and it'd be mothers of Union and Confederate soldiers in 1868 or whatever would get together and have Mother's Friendship Day, and they would honor the fallen soldiers. And then it started kind of like, changing or whatever, and it turned into in 1870 Julia Ward Howe issued a Mother's Day proclamation where it kind of became, okay, they tackle everything from infant mortality rates to disease and milk, like just tackle mothers' issues. And then Anna Jarvis, who found the holiday, crazy, but so she had it, and then it was to, people would go back home to visit their mothers and honor the woman like that was actually your mother. Hence why it's spelled mother -s, not hyphen, apostrophe s, as opposed to mothers, like plural, because it's meant to honor one mother, like your mother.
Yeah.
But then it became commercialized and it changed into honoring all women. And this lady, Anna Jarvis, spent the rest of her life boycotting the holiday until she died in a, what do they call it again? What's the word they used? It's a kind of institution.
A mental institution?
No, another type. Some kind of institution. No, they used another word. Anyways, the point is she spent the rest of her life, once it became commercialized and all that, she spent the rest of her life boycotting it until she died because that was not at all what she intended it to be.
Isn't it today it's mother apostrophe s? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
No, but it was like that, but we celebrate it as
all mothers.
All
it's still
mothers.
that word. Though.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah. But we still spell it that way.
Right.
So it was just, so that was something interesting to kind of see and whatever.
It's funny though. It's like, what's she got to get? Because it's like, when I think about it, it's like, it's Mother's Day, so I'm going to celebrate for the mothers that I know. But she's so offended by
and I don't know why.
By me, celebrating. Yeah.
Like I feel like it's her trying to, like, back then, because I know now we're more like, you know what? People have a choice. People have choices to have children now. And I feel like back then, it wasn't like you had to have kids. Like, it wasn't a choice as much.
Right.
So it was probably like, yes, that's a mother. Versus now, where people who don't have kids, either by choice or biologically can't, we still want them to feel included. Mm. Although they didn't go through the battle wounds of being a mother and blah, blah, blah.
Because I didn't think it's for that. Like, as much, but maybe.
Yeah, because she was very like, here, let me read the little spiel they had about it. Sanitarium is what they called it, where she died. Sorry. Thank you. No, so anyway, so for her it was supposed to be intimate, was the idea. For Jarvis, it was a day where you'd go home to spend time with your mother and thank her for all that she did. So that was her thing. It wasn't to celebrate all mothers. It was to celebrate the best mother you've ever known. Your mother as a son or daughter. And that's why Jarvis stressed the singular Mother's Day, rather than the plural Mother's Day. Yep.
Man.
But Jarvis's success soon turned to failure, at least in her own eyes. But the rest of the world embraced it and celebrated mothers everywhere, which I think I'm kind of cool with. Like, it's okay. It's okay to celebrate all women who are not biologically a mother. That's all right. Sorry, Anna Jarvis. Rest in peace.
Well, so
but it's all right.
So that's an interesting note then. So is it really, to you, is it just Women's Day or Women's Day?
To me, it's for people who are mothers biologically.
Okay.
People who are mothers emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
People who have had the opportunity to be a mother, so people who've lost children.
Because they were a mother then.
Well, they didn't have to be born.
Oh,
so I meant like miscarriages and stuff.
Sure.
So people like that.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they're included.
Yeah.
And I think people who are. It's almost fun because it ends up being all women in a sense.
Is it women who choose not to have children?
It's like, for those, I want to say no, because I was going to say, and all women who desire to have kids who are childbearing age, is what I was going to say as my last category.
Okay.
It's if you want a child and you're a childbearing age. Now, whether you can or not, that's not part of the equation. It's just you want to have a child. You want to raise someone, whether it's your kid or your neighbor's kid or your brother's cousin's kid.
It's interesting because I feel like the only caveat there is like if you're of childbearing age and you want to and haven't tried yet, I don't think you should be included.
Okay.
Like if you're just you're not married yet, you haven't that's okay. You're not. This is Mother's Day isn't for you. You're gonna get.
What if you want to though? I know trying is one, but if you want to. So
if you desire to and just haven't had the opportunity yet, then no, I don't think you're included yet. I think it's one thing if you
I don't think that's fair.
Why?
Because I think those women carry almost even more pain than women who have the opportunity and can't. Because those women are looking at it like, if only I could, get married, or if only I was able to afford, what's the other way to get pregnant?
In vitro?
In vitro. If only I could, but they're like, I can't even get past that first step, so I'm never going to be able to have a kid. And then there's the other person who at least has a companion, or whatever, or they're able to afford it or whatever, and then they are not able to. I think the first group of and again, I can rate people's pain, that's not me. Sure. But I think they carry a lot of pain because they have a two-sided pain. So
is that what the holiday is for? Is to
no, because I think part of motherhood is there's I don't want to call it pain, but there is an emotional tough part to it.
Okay.
And whether that's in giving birth to a child, or that's in watching children go through things that hurt you, watching children go through just life. There's that, your heart, like, it's like they say, the second you become a parent, like, your brain never stops. Because you're always worried. Not even the second you become pregnant, you're always worried until pretty much you die. So it's like, they say that because once you're pregnant, you're worried about the pregnancy, you give birth to the kid, you're always worried about this kid being safe, the kid achieving. There's always worry. So it's that sense of when...
The ironic thing is, we talked about this at church today, is turn that into faith.
Sure. And again, as I said worry, I was like, I shouldn't have used that word, but maybe the word is like care, concern, that connection's always there.
Yeah.
And I feel like the women in the first category, it's like that concern is there for them too, but now it's like twofolds.
So the women who desire to but haven't yet had a chance.
The opportunity to, yeah.
See, it's interesting though. It's like in your particular case where it's like someone who desires to and has, because in a sense, if they haven't been able to find the right person to marry, or if they can't afford in vitro or whatever, those kinds of scenarios are. They've tried.
Yes, that's true.
I mean? Whereas the person, because I was more considering the people who are, like a girl, like, 20 years old and just hasn't got there yet.
That's
like
true.
She knows she wants to have a child eventually.
But she hasn't felt that thought.
She hasn't made a connection with, she hasn't found the right guy or whatever. And like, so there's no pain there. There's just, it's not here yet.
Yeah.
And if it's not here yet, then
But then once you hit that stage of, hey, my biological clock is ticking, then you
Sure,
graduate into kind of...
Yeah, in a sense, like, obviously it's a bit of a gray
Yeah.
area, but it's, because I don't think, I think there should be a difference between just being of the female gender and
I agree.
being acknowledged in Mother's Day.
I agree. So then I think for me it's a simple, once you are in a phase of motherhood, whether that is preconception, post-conception, or post-delivery, or adoption, or whatever the case might be. Yeah. I think really once that seed is in your head and it is one of the top priorities in your life is like, I really wish I could have a kid, or I really want to have a kid, or you guys get what I'm saying. I think once you're in that phase,
then you can be celebrating.
You qualify as Happy Mother's Day, and I will send you a Happy Mother's Day text. I do it to my friends, and it is what it is, and I say I'm doing it to you in faith, because I know one day you're going to have your own kid, because you want to. So, boom, Happy Mother's Day to all the women out there who want to have a child, and who are mothers in various ways to anyone in their life.
Well said. Well, that went on.
That did.
Apologies.
Weigh in on our little tangent, guys. We'd love to hear your thoughts on that.
It's an interesting case, and in a month we'll be doing the same thing for Father's Day.
We will.
And we'll see who it applies to then.
I know we've gone on a little bit long, but we said we're gonna start doing our own personal random facts, so let's do just one for today.
Well, let's do it real fast.
Let's do a real fast
this
one.
is going, yeah.
I had it open. There it is. Give me a category. We have favorites. We have what ifs.
Favorites.
Okay.
We're on this clock here, babe.
Okay. What sound do you love?
What sound do I love? My goodness.
I'll let you think on that.
Okay.
I absolutely love the sound of rain falling outside when I'm inside.
It's true.
I absolutely love it.
That
like, if it's not a cold day, I want the windows open and I want to hear it. Yeah, I love it. It's so therapeutic and beautiful. But I have to be inside because otherwise it's gross out there. There are worms and I hate worms, and worms are outside and it's messy. And I want to be in my bed, cuddle with my husband, listening to the rain.
Also very true about the worms. She does not like worms. She doesn't even like when I walk and there are worms close. She's like, oh my God, what are you doing? What? Mine's related to water as well. The sound of the ocean, waves crashing.
Really?
Yeah. I like that sound. I don't know. That's the best I could do. I'm not really like...
You don't tune into nature enough?
Yeah. Like birds chirping are cool.
You're always asleep when birds are chirping in the morning.
Birds chirp all the time.
But that's when you can actually hear them because it's more quiet outside.
We heard birds last night.
I guess because it was quiet.
Yeah, so I hear birds. I know what birds sound like.
You should hear them at 6 a.m. They sound very different. Like when I went to go pee this morning, they were very loud and they were just chatting away.
I know what birds sound like.
Okay.
Thank you. But anyway, I'm saying I don't really appreciate sounds as much as I probably should.
You should. You have those beautiful ears.
This big old...
Anyways, that's it for today, guys. We're on a big rant. We would love to hear your word from mom, and we would love to hear your input on when do you qualify to be a Happy Mother's Day celebrant.
And whether we should drop the word fact from Random Fact Monday, because it's really just Random Monday. I don't know. Anyway, we'll talk to you guys later.
Bye. Happy Monday.